So men and women, there's never an understanding on each other's. Sorry, guys.
No.
I'm going through a few stuff in my mind that is actually.
Now, what this is a panic attack. I just feel so good today because today is the day I've been waiting for. You guys finally hit like on the 90 Day Fiancé video 10,000 times, and you unlocked a special episode of my show on YouTube where I react to funny and sometimes sweet and cutie things. But today is one of the funny things. I'm gonna react to 90 Day Fiancé again. But before we start, I wanna let you know about my, now, I think I could say it, famous, maybe, Discord server, where you can connect with other subscribers of mine, learn from, inspire, on the topic of individuality, relationships, social skills, charm, dating. I pop in every now and then, chat with you guys, answer some questions, ask you some questions. Get on the Discord. But I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to get to this. I want to give you what you need in your life. Let's get to, and I'm telling you guys, let's do a little 90 Day Fiancé.
How you feeling, boo?
So already, right now, if you haven't seen this before, what's about to happen is this guy on the right, his name is Ash. He is a relationship coach. From what I know about him, he has, let's say, I don't know, before the show came on, he had about 80,000 Instagram followers, and I think that's where he got the majority of his clientele and fans and all that stuff. And from what it seems on the show, he coaches a lot of middle-aged women on dating. Now, from also what I've seen on the show, he is really only in business because he's very good looking. His body is unlike mine. His face is unlike mine. Not to say that I have like better things to say than him because he's better looking than me. That matters nothing. I am saying that 100% of the reason why he probably is in business whatsoever is because his looks, based on what I've seen already. But you're about to find out what I mean.
Today, Ash is hosting his seminar in Melbourne to help women identify what the perfect man is for them. But because most of Ash's clients are single women, I've been suspicious of his intentions since the beginning. I know Ash is a little uncomfortable, but the seminar will give me clarity on how he conducts his coaching and how he interacts with his clients. I won't bring him to America if I can't feel comfortable with what it is he does for a living.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Hi. Ash.
Bella, nice to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Hi, I'm Kate.
Kate,
Hi.
pleasure meeting you.
Hi, Melanie.
Pleasure meeting you. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, good.
Good. I think I met you before.
Really?
Yes. I'll just say hi to everyone and I'll go and see you guys. How are you doing?
So like, why is he whispering?
You alright? Ash.
Hi,
Hello.
Alex.
Alex, pleasure meeting you.
One of my friends told me about Ash. He sounded like a lovely guy. And I've always been interested in like the psychology behind relationships and what makes us tick. So yeah, I was just interested to come see what he had to say.
Good morning, ladies. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, actually. It will be very, very exciting to be telling you a few things that I have put together today. A lot of my work is one-on-one, but seminars are great because you're touching more people.
I'm gonna guess right off the bat that he's never done a seminar in his life. Ash is an expert at beating around the bush, not really speaking clearly up front and exactly what he means or what the truth is. I'm gonna guess he's never had a seminar in his life. I'm gonna guess that the 90 Day Fiancé producers asked him to hold a seminar. I'm gonna guess that this seminar is free. I'm gonna guess, or I'm going to tell you the 100% truth that he is shitting his pantaloons right now.
And on a monetary level, I can see the lucrativeness. I'm hoping that today, every will see that I'm passionate about helping women find the right man, just to make her feel more safer and certain about what I'm doing. Any one of you ladies who are in a relationship at the moment right now? Boyfriend? No. Okay, cool. What I'm going to be talking today about is how to find a man and not kill him. Why not kill him is...
Nice start, Ash. Very good. Get him with a nice little jokey joke.
Women don't really understand the different ways that men work in.
Okay, so already what he's doing, and I don't know how, like, dating coaches approach women and teach them, but from just how he's going about it, he goes, women don't know about men and how they do things.
In their brains. If you think of the brain of the man, there is boxes in his brain. And each box represents something. Now, your brain is interlinked. So when you're thinking of many things at a time. Everything's like, it's going crazy in your brain. And
already, I could tell that he's very anxious and he doesn't really know how to express what he's teaching. And the reason why he doesn't know how to express what he's teaching is because he doesn't teach anything. Guaranteed 100%, whatever he talks to people about on Instagram or on the phone, it just has buzzwords: energy, love, give to the universe, manifest things. Now listen, a lot of coaches do this. They just give bullshit words, and hopefully the people that they're teaching are just going to be like wowed and kind of like zoned into like what the person's saying. Oh, wow. Oh, universe. And like all of these words are going to make you feel positive. And then at the end you feel positive, you go away and you go, I don't really know what he talked about, but it felt good. This is what Ash definitely does. And now he has to actually teach things. And I don't think he's sure exactly what he's going to say. I don't bet you he did not prepare much because this was probably free. He knew that this is not something he does usually, so he just thought, I'll just go in, they'll like how good looking I am, like everyone else that I coach, and it'll be fine. So oftentimes when somebody like Ash is talking to somebody in an isolated environment where there's nobody else around, it's very easy to follow what he says and agree with it and think it's great because he is the only reality in the room for you. So there's nobody else to bounce off of what's going on. So if there's somebody else there, two people could go look at each other and go, yeah, I'm not sure about what's going on right now. But Ash, I don't think has ever done this before, where there's many people. When there's many people, there's more of a chance for them to all look at each other and go, what the hell is this guy saying? But when you're isolated, when you are one-on-one with the person, you don't really have that context, other person context, to kind of look at each other, feel the vibe of the room with how it's going. You just have that person, so they kind of suck you into their reality. Ash isn't used to this. That's why this goes into a very bad place for him, and his anxiety just really goes through the roof.
For a man, it's gonna be different.
So he just basically insulted women right now. He doesn't. Why? Is because Ash is a sexist. And he very well could be a misogynist. We don't know. But he's definitely a sexist.
I can feel the room getting tense. Was turning into a subject of like, men are this and women are this, which to me sounds sexist. And I have never gotten that vibe from him previous to this seminar.
A woman, when there's something small, it tends to get really big. And for a man, our brain is working very different. That's why with men, there is a box in their brain that we call the nothing box. And we love to be in the nothing box. Fishing, that's why we can fish for such a long time, for sometimes like 5-6 hours.
Who fishes? Do you fish? Guys that are watching this, do you fish? I gotta tell you something. I've fished, I think like twice, and it was the most boring thing in my life. Maybe I'm a woman? Maybe that's what he's saying to me? Am I a woman?
You want to get in that nothing box and try to like start decorating.
That sounds actually kind of fun. If a woman got into my nothing box and started decorating, that would be good. I think my girlfriend does that. I like it. Decorating, put up some like live, laugh, love things on the wall. Come on, spruce it up a little bit, baby. Put some like palm trees in the corner. Decorate my nothing box. I'm all for it.
Question?
You talk a lot about like
Question? What the fuck are you talking about?
men and women being very different. Do you recognize that we all have both inside of us? Like, we are both masculine and feminine.
Correct.
Let's just stop for a second and just step away from what's going on and joking about that. People talk a lot about masculine and feminine and having men and women inside of us or whatever. But mainly the words masculine and feminine. These have been words that have been used since the beginning of time, I'm guessing. I've been thinking about it for a really long time. I don't think there is a need for those words anymore. Why? Because I have found the only result from using masculine and feminine has only made men and women more insecure, more in pain. I've never truly seen a man become a happier, more fulfilled person by identifying as much as possible with masculine, or even identifying some with masculine, some with feminine. Same thing with women. I've never seen a woman become more fulfilled, content by trying to identify as much as possible with being feminine. Now, this is a touchy subject, I know, but I've thought about it a while. I just want you to think for a second. What is masculine? Just describe it for me right now. What could it be? I'll tell you what I've heard people say. I've heard people say that masculine energy or whatever is connected to being assertive, being dominant, being the hunter, being the winner, or something like that. And I've heard feminine energy. I've heard people say it has to do with being submissive, being loving, being like a caretaker. Now here's the thing. I know many, many, many men that exhibit mostly feminine qualities. I know many, many, many women that exhibit mostly masculine qualities very naturally. Now does this mean that we need to say, oh, well, that's because that person possesses more feminine qualities instead of masculine. This person possesses more masculine qualities instead of feminine. If that's the case, do you think that person would feel proud of who they are based on society standards if you told that man, you know, you're just a very feminine person, and that's great. You're very feminine, and we like that about you. And if you told a woman, you're just a very masculine woman, and we like that about you. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Be masculine. That's who you are, naturally. What is the use of saying masculine or feminine? What is the positive of it? What is the strength of it? I am going to just throw out an idea. How about this? How about we just take away these vague words, because they are vague. There's really not a strong, cemented definition of masculine or feminine. You could find a definition somewhere, and then somewhere else you'll find something that's different. Why don't we remove these words from our vocabularies and merely replace them with more specific adjectives. If a woman is assertive, she could say, I'm an assertive person. That's who I am. If a man is more emotional, tends to be more emotional, you could just say, I'm an emotional person. That's who I naturally am. You don't need to say, I'm just in touch with my feminine side. What does that even mean? Like, why are these things even existing? Here's how I go about everything. If it serves you positively, then great, use it. If it does not serve you, if it even hurts you, then there's no reason for it. Find something else. I literally have never found a reason to be using masculine and feminine. I just don't see a reason for it. The only reason I believe that people use masculine and feminine is 1, tradition. No reason for the tradition, just tradition. 2, society pressure. Peer pressure. Men are taught that they cannot truly be a man unless they possess masculine qualities and show these masculine qualities to women, and this is how women are attracted to men. First of all, listen, I have obsessed myself with attraction, social skills, charm, relationships most of my life. I have found that masculinity does nothing to women regarding attraction, regarding being a highly valuable prospect in a relationship. Now, I'm gonna get a lot of negative comments, I'm sure, from a lot of different people, mostly probably the red pill community. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, I've never seen it. I've just never seen it. You likely think that masculinity is attractive to women merely because you're misinterpreting the qualities. For instance, maybe being dominant, you think, or I don't know, is an attractive quality to women. It shows that you are alpha or whatever. When in fact, true attraction is purpose. Having a sense of purpose in your life is very, very attractive to both people, to all people. The same thing for women. Women may have been taught that being very feminine is attractive to men, when in fact, there are so many examples of the opposite. For instance, to me, Angelina Jolie is not a traditionally feminine woman. To me, she's a lot more what you would call masculine. So why is she seen as so attractive to men? I could go on with so many other examples that break the rules of what society tells you is attractive. Basically what I'm getting at is, if the word masculine or feminine does not serve you in your life, if you find that using those words and thinking about them and needing to identify with them just gives you anxiety, throw them out. Replace them for other words, more specific adjectives, because I personally have found they do nothing to serve me. They have never ever done anything to serve me or anyone that I've ever met. No, even women. I've spoke to some women that have said, yeah, but I really find masculinity attractive in men. And what I usually find they really mean when we have a conversation and we get down to it is they're looking at purpose in a man that is very attractive. Because purpose, like I said again, is a universally attractive trait. Now I have a free audiobook, you can get it in the description, that explains purpose in detail. But enough with the debate, let's get on with the video.
I came into this quite optimistic, but my impression of Ash is he's quite out of his depth, talking to us as if we don't understand the brains of a man. So what if we learn to balance the masculine and feminine within us, so then there's not really a distinct difference between the brains?
The thing is that you can balance them, but you will be always in that essence of a feminine.
Now, listen, I'm not going to go into this much longer, but just from my personal experience, I have not seen this. I have not seen that men are naturally just more masculine. Women are naturally just more feminine. I have met so many people, and what I've really seen is just an equal mix of qualities throughout everyone. I've met just as many feminine men as I've met feminine women. I've met just as many masculine women as I've met masculine men. I have not seen any quality outweighing the others. What I do believe, and this is the last time I'm going to talk about it, is people that have been pressured into identifying with a certain masculine or feminine energy, and because they have taught themselves to identify with that and value that they have to follow through with believing that women are a certain way and men are a certain way, or everything they've worked on is all for nothing.
But you will be always in that essence of a feminine. There's different, how do you explain that? The male is more towards, they're very logical about their way of being.
Oh, really? Never heard that one before, bud.
So men and women, there's never an understanding on each other's. Sorry, guys.
No.
I'm going through a few stuff in my mind that is actually...
Now, what this is a panic attack, and I've had this before because I have very bad performance anxiety. Anytime I feel as though I'm being put on the spot and I need to perform for people, not actually talk to people. Now, the reason why I feel really comfortable right now is because after doing so many videos, I've taught myself that, yes, there's a person on the other side of this camera that I'm staring at right now. I'm not just performing. I'm not putting on a show. I'm engaging with you just like I would engage with anybody that I would meet in real life. But if for 1 second I thought that I was performing, I needed to perform, I would go into panic attack mode like he is just about to do right now. It's a really horrible feeling. You have a thought where you say, how am I going to fix this? Don't panic, don't panic, don't panic. And that just makes you panic more. It makes you get more anxious. It's a horrible feeling. But he should be feeling this because he's a sexist piece of crap.
Going too crazy. Give me 1 second, I'll just quickly...
So right now what he's trying to do is avoid. When you feel this hyper anxiety, you want to get out. It's this fight or flight type of thing, and you want to get the hell out. He's trying to do a micro version of that by looking at his phone, some stupid shit to help him calm down and leave the situation. The problem with that is it's a real situation. It's really happening. So when you turn back, they're still going to be there staring at you with disdain.
Sorry, guys. I just need a moment.
What was that?
So basically what's going on is he's never had anybody challenge him before. Why? Well, when he's doing the one-on-one thing, like I said, it's an isolated area, so people are just sucked into his reality, also his nice smile, his beautiful big eyes, his big smile, his beautiful face, and he's saying energy. Take the energy in the universe and manifest your dreams and the rational and the emotional. And they go, oh, wow, because they can't look at anyone and go, oh God, he's a little fucking nuts, isn't he? He's never had somebody challenge him. And now that it's happened, that very, very thin facade that he's created for himself is shattered. It's equally sad to watch, but also because I know that he is pretty much just like a crappy sexist coach that is, he's a charlatan, he's a scam. And that hurts me because it brings the market down. As life coaches, relationship coaches, I kind of feel weird being in this world. I never thought I was going to be a relationship coach. It happened because people asked me to help them. Over the years, I realized I really loved helping people. I found so much joy in bringing success to people's lives and their relationships and their confidence. But I take what I do so seriously. This is not a regulated market, guys. You don't really go to school for this and put a plaque on the wall and say, look, I could only be a life coach, I could only be a relationship coach because of that plaque. So why can I not say that men are just more logical, women are just more emotional? Because I don't know that. Why would I know that? Have I, put a microscope on a brain and it said that? No. Why may we have seen that men seem to be more logical, women more emotional? Because that's how many cultures have been raised. But anyway, let's get back to this mental breakdown.
What was that?
I just feel like I have a computer right now. And I completely lost my train of thoughts.
It's the approach you take, you know what I mean? I don't think you recognize sometimes the way that you come off when you say, you're this way, I'm this way. They're gonna shut down.
I just don't know what happened.
It's okay. Just go in there, talk about the 5 love languages.
Think about how embarrassing it must be for him right now that he could literally hear them laughing at him in the other room. Oh, I bet you all he wants to do is run just as far away as he possibly can. Go to his room, go hide under his blankets and his pillow and cry. But he has to go back in there. And to top it all off, there's TV producers and there's cameramen waiting for him to make a reality show that millions are going to see. Ooh.
So sorry for that. We're gonna change completely right now. We're gonna talk about the love language. Everyone has a love language.
Here's something else I read in a book.
There's quality time, physical touch. Another one is receiving and giving gifts. So when you're looking at men, you're looking at how they are giving love, and you'll be able to see what his pattern is and understand his language.
So what you're saying is it's kind of on us to work out what their love language is and not on them to sort of give anything back.
They're just throwing more dirt on his grave. She didn't have to say anything. She could have just been like, all right, I'm just gonna let this loser finish up. We could go and we could laugh about it. But she just wanted to add the insult to injury. And honestly, I'm not mad at it.
Men don't know their love language very well. Women know because you're very emotional.
Back to it.
You're very nurturing, you're very caring. The male energy, which is the masculine energy, is more towards trying to get them, work.
Leave the sexist stuff. Just tell it to somebody else. Tell it to your coaching clients.
Bring money at home. We are trying to fix problems.
Oh, got it. I totally understand now. Women don't try to fix problems. In fact, they don't have the capacity to fix problems. They don't have the capacity to bring money home. If they do, they just don't do it as well as men. Is that what this guy's saying here? Because guess what? I've seen the opposite in many scenarios.
I already don't like where Ash is going with this.
In fact, I have seen in my life of 36 years more women that are able to better fix problems than men. It's just what I've seen. Not saying that's good or bad, but for some reason he really wants men to be the one that fix problems. However, he's not really able to fix this one, is he?
I'm starting to worry that he actually believes some of the things that he's saying right now. And when it comes to gender roles, that can absolutely be a deal breaker for me if we're not on the same page about what my role is in the relationship.
if you look at your grandfather, the men knew what they had to do. They went out, they worked, they brought them money. The women were at home. They were quite happy. They were cooking, they were looking after the kids.
So do you think it's what we should be doing now to balance up?
I'm not saying that right now.
Okay.
He was not able to conduct himself maturely in this seminar when somebody brought very simple questions to him. She was not trying to be argumentative, but he responded in an argumentative way back to her. That is how his anxiety manifested. He knows he can't run, so now he's fighting.
You're not masculine, you're feminine. The reason why you're attracting that masculine is because you require that energy in your life. Because opposite attracts.
What if she's a more masculine person?
If she's a more masculine person, you will definitely attract someone who's feminine. For passion to be present, there needs to be a difference. There can't be a similarity.
Now, why is that true too? Has he studied that? Has he found that in thousands of test cases? Who says that? I don't know if that's true.
Passion is difference.
And what is that? Passion is difference? What does that even mean? Like, where have you studied that? How have you come to that conclusion? Passion is difference. Again, this is some cliched thing that he tells clients. Passion is difference. And they go, whoa, that sounds like really spiritual, huh?
No.
You can attract, if you're attracting someone similar than you, you're just actually attracting a friend. The person who is exactly like you is a friend.
That's a bad thing, right?
It's not a passion right now. You're creating a friend, you're creating the image of someone.
I'm just saying because in the past I've been very balanced in myself and have been with a partner who's also very balanced and we're still very sexual.
No.
No, you're wrong. You have not been sexual. I've seen you. I've spied on you with the camera. In fact, let's pull it up. This is not sexual. This is crap. No.
In your own mind. Because the difference of energy creates passion.
Interesting.
She's just like, all right, I'm not gonna win in this one here.
The women are starting to challenge him. He's going in defense mode, and it's alarming that he's not backing down.
And that's exactly what I saw. He's literally getting defensive about this. He's getting upset with them about some bullcrap that he learned off the internet.
Create passion. If you want to create a relationship, you can't have the same amount of energy balancing out because you negate it. I know it's very hard to understand that, but that's actually...
He just literally showed them how much of a man he really is and how feminine they really are. I know it's very hard to understand for your little women brains, but you can't understand that difference creates passion, and passion manifests into smashing. Don't you know? Don't you know for your little brains?
Actually, as simple as it is.
Listening to Ash talk, I didn't really get the sense that his ideas were really based in reality. And I honestly heard nothing that Ash said that was useful for a modern woman.
Any other questions? Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really am grateful.
I'm feeling really uncomfortable about how everything went down. It's troubling listening to him talking about masculine and feminine energy and how black and white relationships are. Let's go downstairs. This is like the first time where I'm like literally rethinking who this guy is.
See, that's the thing. On the surface, if you met Ash, first of all, what happens is you see a really good-looking guy. He has a killer smile, and you go, wow, he must be a really sweet guy. He's so nice. He's so positive to me. and you don't really get to know what's inside. Now, I've watched every episode of this show, and it's very clear that Ash has a problem actually expressing his true self, his true feelings, what he really means. He has created this very thin facade of just a nice guy, right? And I was actually surprised to see that this seminar was about what it was about. I was assuming that the seminar was going to be a lot of, if you manifest your dreams, if you manifest the man that you want, he will come to you. And I didn't get that. I got actually the opposite in the other side of the spectrum, the crap spectrum. He gave a lot of sexist, like misogynist bullcrap that has no basis in reality. First of all, I'm blown away that he does get clients, but the fact that he does is really just based off of the fact that he comes off as this really sweet, good-looking guy, says, I'm a relationship coach. Let me show you the way to a man's heart. And all of this stuff, somebody pays him money, they feel good from it because he says very nice, feel-good words, and then they go on with their lives. But the second you get past that very thin exterior, you see there's a lot of dark, sad things. And because I've seen this whole season with Ash, I equally feel bad for him as much as I dislike him as a person. I pity him and I dislike him because I see that there's a lot of pain behind that smile and behind those eyes. It's not just a guy that dislikes women or something like that. It's not just a guy that is dumb and doesn't know what he's talking about and is scamming people out of their money. He looks like a very sad, sad little boy, and there's something in his life where he didn't get love from somebody, and it is manifesting into the shit show that you just saw. But enough with that. I think the lesson that you could take here today is, if something does not serve you, and it doesn't serve the world, then you don't really need to be using it. And what I'm talking about is things that have to do with self-improvement. So, for instance, like masculine and feminine energy. If that makes you feel anxious, if having to identify with those terms makes you feel pressure on the inside, pressure to be a certain way that you don't truly feel you should be, then you could throw out those terms. You don't have to use them. Now, does that mean that I think that modern women should not be at home and raising children and cleaning the house like traditional roles, and men should be the breadwinner? No, of course. I want you to do whatever you want to do. If that's the dynamic you want to have in a relationship, by all means do it. But I definitely do not want you to live a life that is not for you. I don't want you to feel pressured into being somebody that you are not. I don't want you to date somebody that you don't truly find attraction in. What I want you to leave here with is to do what serves you, to use the words that serve you, to identify in the way that brings you a happier, more fulfilling life, to be with the people that truly bring you a more fulfilling life, that make you happy. I have coached so many people, and a lot of them come to me looking to date somebody that they don't even want, but maybe their parents want, or they think their buddies want, or their work wants them to be with. You will never find a more relaxed, confident, fulfilled, happy person than somebody that realizes that they could be exactly who they want to be, and they could be with the person that they really want to be with, and not just who they think they should be with because of all that pressure from society. That's it for today, everybody. Again, join the Discord. It is so fun. You'll see me in there. You can chat with me. You can chat with all my subscribers. I would say it's a bucket of fun, actually. If you don't want anything more from me, you can watch another video in 3, a 2, a 1.